Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the MakeCode Arcade Advanced stream. I am Richard, at Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Joey, at J1 on the MakeCode forum.
And I'm Shannon, at Chicago on the MakeCode forum.
Joey, you missed a fun stream yesterday.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I like the background. I was looking at the preview that was the, thing on the screen before.
Joey was there for a little bit in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yesterday we played through all of our mini game jam entries for Pigeon Deliverance, which is fun. But oh boy, yeah, okay. I guess there are problems when you make the tiles for an 8x8 tile map 16x16.
There are?
The cover doesn't work very well.
Oh, okay. That would make sense.
That's fine. All right, so I was being lazy with my, oh, right. We're working on tower defense again. Yeah, this is a game that Shannon and Vivian and I started on Monday.
Mm-mm.
Vivian and Joey and I started on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I was almost there, guys. And
Maybe... oh, sorry.
What's up?
Maybe cover is wrong because the size of this image is wrong?
It is, yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
All right, I was trying to cheat with my tiles, but I'm not going to do that anymore. Okay, so I'm just adding some tiles to our little map that we made for our tower defense game, and because we don't have an 8x8 tile gallery, I just kind of adapted some of our 16x16 tiles by doing a bug that I knew about and was just using. I need to fix this bug, so I'm not going to show you guys, but you can probably figure it out if you try. And so instead, let's go ahead. We should now have, there we go. All right. So we've got a nice little map with some grass that's kind of a lot, but whatever. And we've got our enemies, and we've got an archer that we can go ahead and get and put down. And when you put down the archer, they start attacking. So let's put down a few. No. Might be too late for us. All right. Put down so many archers, this will never happen again. There we go. Perfect defense. Okay, so yeah, we're making a tower defense game. And I thought it would be fun to finish things up today. I don't want to go too long on this one because we have so many multi-part streams that we never come back to. So I figured we'll finish this one up. And the things we have left to do is I want to add a few more towers, but I also want to add some stuff around like swarms starting and ending, and them getting harder over time. So let's start with that. Adding towers is going to be easy. I added some icons for them, this lightning one and then this like goo one. So we'll go ahead and add those later. But for now, let's just work on the swarm thing. So the idea with the swarm is we're going to have like some amount of time where you can prepare, right? So it'll be like a 10-second countdown. And then we'll start a swarm with X number of enemies in it. Then we'll get another time to prepare, and then we will start the next one. We'll just keep going like that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are these archers Lucas inspired?
They're Lucas drawn.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, I should have mentioned that. All right. So let's go ahead and start with our swarm code. So I'm going to, let's see, collapse these blocks. And let's make a function which is called start swarm. Do you guys think we would get in trouble if we had a stream where we just drew a bunch of Pokemon?
I don't think anybody would catch us.
But we should do like unrecorded one off the books.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be fun. We once did a thing one time, as I'm constantly reminded, where we were like, everybody gets to draw a Pokemon in 30 seconds, and then we guess what Pokemon they were trying to draw. It was a lot of fun. And I learned that I can draw a pretty good Squirtle in 30 seconds.
I I think the actual setup was there's a random Pokemon. Someone describes the Pokemon to the team, and everyone draws it based off that description.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, we did it both ways, I think.
Yeah, maybe. But it's exciting because some people don't know anything about Pokemon. That's so their descriptions are
Yes,
esoteric.
are quite good. Okay, so the idea is we're going to have this swarm total variable and this swarm count. So when we do this start swarm, let me go ahead and put this swarm total like in on start, and this will just be our first swarm number. And what's a good number? We'll start you off easy because we're also going to put in like money. So let's do like 10. All right, so the idea is we're going to have this swarm count, which is how many we have left to spawn. You know, let me name this a little bit more creative, descriptively. Swarm left to spawn. And we're going to make another variable now, which is going to be swarm left to destroy. Also going to be equal to the swarm total. And now every time we spawn one, we're going to decrement this. And every time we destroy one, we're going to decrement this. And when they're both equal to 0, that means that our swarm is over. All right, we're going to make one more variable, which is going to be called spawning enemies. Do we actually need this? No, we don't actually need this. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to go now to our place where we're spawning enemies, which is right here. And we want to make this only go if we have swarm left to spawn. So let's go ahead and do a greater than. Get our swarm left to spawn. Put it in there. And we should call this function probably. That was a close one, guys.
Never gonna get that dog if Richard keeps on.
I'm sorry, I want tapioca too. You know that. Okay. We're gonna change swarm left to spawn by -1 every time we do this. And this should make it so that we only spawn 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. We got 10 enemies. Okay. So we got that. Hey, does someone want to draw me an enemy?
I like this guy.
Unsigned Arduino says swarm makes them sound like bees.
Oh, that's true. We're cat themed, so it's going to be cats versus something, and cats don't like bees. So that's a thing we could do.
These are hard to hit with arrows, though. I can't tell you that.
For a cat, though, cats are, better than us at many things. Okay, so now we need to count our other thing, which is we're going to do this on destroyed, and we're going to do an on destroyed sprite of kind enemy. And when this happens, we're going to change our other swarm variable by -1. So we're going to do swarm left to destroy. And now inside of here, because this will always become 0 after this becomes 0. We can say if swarm left to spawn equals 0 and swarm left to destroy equals 0. Then we're going to call our start swarm function. I guess let's add timers. You know what? Actually, we could just use I already added timers, but let's just do a countdown. And then inside of the countdown end, we'll call start swarm. So now instead of calling this in the beginning, let's just call our countdown. We'll give you 30 seconds to start. Get your bearings. No, not while we're testing though, that was a bad idea. 10 seconds. All right, let's see if this works. Oh wait, let me make some towers. Destroy them, my archer army. Nice. All right, cool. So the next swarm is starting, and this game isn't very exciting because we are just always going to win, and we can just keep making archers forever. But it's also never going to get any harder. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to do the other thing that I mentioned, which is making it so that you have to buy towers. So right now we are doing our tower spawning inside of this on a button pressed. So let's go with that. Oh, before we do this, we should probably make it harder. So let's just, when we start this countdown inside of this on destroyed thing, we're also going to change our swarm total by 5. So it'll get harder every time now. Okay. All right. So we have inside of here a where we actually make our tower. And so we need some way to keep track of how much money we have. And the easiest way to do that, I think, is just to use the score. So we'll start out by giving us some money. And how much should an archer tower cost, you guys?
Are you getting one
tower's pretty expensive.
enemy?
Yeah, so I think you'll get 1 coin per enemy.
20 bees.
20 for an archer.
Sure.
Okay, so you need to start out probably with 40, I think.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Okay, that works. So we made this last parameter cost. This is actually going to be the cost if you sell, because we got a request to do selling, so we might do that at some point. But for now, I'm just going to put it in as half of our cost for an archer, so it's going to be 10. And what we're going to do in here now is we're going to do our check to see if we have enough money. Info score. Then we change our score by -20. All right, and we're also going to go over to here where we're where our enemies are destroyed, and oh, we actually don't want to do it here. We want to do it where the projectile overlap is. Right here. So when we destroy them here, we want to change our score by 1. We don't want to do it there because then we will also get points when they make it to the end, which is not what we want. All right, cool. So now I can make, let's see, 1, 2, can't make any more. Perfect. You got it, guys.
All right, Richard, I tried to make you a Lucas style bee.
Yes, thank you. All right, we got our basic game going. It really didn't take us very much time to do a tower defense game. I'm glad. I was worried it was going to take us more time. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to put in our Lucas style bee. In interesting to see if Shannon can capture the magic, you know?
I think only Lucas can say if I've captured the magic.
That's true. That's true. I can't judge. Ah, look at him. Are these wings or eyes?
They're wings?
I like it.
Yeah, the eyes are on the bottom part.
Yeah, I get it. I get it now. It's like a top-down view. I like it a lot. Right. Cool. And maybe we'll make it so that they can turn too. That would be fun. Let's do that. It should be pretty quick to do. So we're going to go to our tile, our on-kind enemy hits wall event right here. And so we set the velocity in here, so we can also just make it so that they turn in here. So I'm going to go into sprites and get the image. Set the image on our sprite to be the correct one. So this is when they're going to the right, so we want them to be that way. This is down, so go ahead and rotate back. Doing these rotations very inefficiently. All right. So we should have bees that turn now. The irony of this, of course, is that bees don't need to follow anyone's path. They're the freest of creatures. Cool. Okay. So this is all good. We got our basics. So what do we want to do now? Now that we've got our core game loop finished. Do you want to do more towers? Do you want to do upgrades? Do you want to do selling? What do you guys want to do?
Towers?
And Joey, you both have to
sorry.
vote.
Huh?
I was just saying you both have to vote.
Go, Joey.
I mean, we do have 3 towers up there, and we only have 1 functional tower, right?
Yeah. Okay, let's do towers. All right. So first off,
but we don't have to vote.
What?
Shannon?
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I said it, and really, Shannon, you have to vote too.
I also voted for towers.
Okay. There we go.
I voted for towers or selling. Unsigned Arduino in chat says there should also be a wasp, which takes more hits and moves faster.
Yeah, that's good. I do want to do more enemy types, so we'll do that one at the end if we have time. Okay, so I'm moving all my icons over a bit so that they're not covered up by the countdown. Well, I guess the archer one's still a little covered up by the countdown. Move them all over by 5. There we go. Okay. So let's go ahead and do our other towers now. We should also probably set the Z on these guys because it's annoying me that, well, we'll just set the Z on the cursor. It's annoying me that the cursor is below them. I have a song stuck in my head. All right. Okay. So let's start with, so my idea for these was that, well, I don't really have an idea for the zap one, but I figured we could figure something out. And then for this one, I think it's going to be like goo that like slows down the enemies, you know? So what's a good thing for zapping?
So the zap is like
be one that
sorry.
Spreads. Sorry. Could it be one that spreads so it hits the nearest enemy and then it hits like 2 nearby or something like that?
Oh, that'll be easy to program.
It will be easy to program.
What?
Yeah, we have the distance sprites x from x distance from x.
Okay, sure. Let's try that. We'll see how fast we can do it. All right, so we're going to go and make a function now. We're going to make it called do lightning strike. This is going to take in two things. Okay, it's going to take in the source, which is going to be a sprite, and it's going to take in the damage. See, do I need to make this take in one more thing? I may also need to make this take in an array, which is going to be stricken, struck. Okay, so the idea here is we are going to start a lightning thing. We're going to get all of the sprites within a distance, and we're going to call do lightning strike on them as well. But we're going to make sure we add everyone to this struck thing so no one gets struck twice. We're also passing in this damage so that we can make the damage a little bit less each time, so that it'll eventually just peter out. Okay. So to start with, we're going to use the function that Joey mentioned. We have inside of our sprite utils a thing. And Joey, I'm going to give you a job if you don't mind.
Yeah.
There, if you go up a little bit in the chat, there are some more art submissions from Lucas. And if you could choose the one that is most like a zapping cat.
Wait, there are? Oh,
Yeah,
in the live culture. Okay.
Yeah. And in our private chat. Okay. So we're going to go into here. We're going to do get all sprites of kind within however many pixels. And we're going to make this enemy, and we're going to pass in our source. We're also going to choose a distance now, and that distance is going to be, we'll do like 10 pixels. I think that's fair. That should be enough to hit the one behind, I think. Is that right? And it might have to be a bit more. I'll make it 16. So that's good old 2 tiles away. So we want to go over here, and for each of these, we're going to do a lightning strike. Before we do that, though, so what I said before is we wanted to make sure we kept track of all who were struck. And so we want to do that. We're going to go into this add value to end. We're going to put struck here, and we're going to put our source in there because they have been struck. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to loop over this list of sprites we have. And we need to make sure that we don't call this do lightning strike again on someone who's already been struck. And the way to do that is to check if they're in this array or not. So we can just go and put an if in here. We're going to be using an equals to do this. I know that sounds weird, but in arrays, there is a find index of. And this is a JavaScript thing. We should probably just have a contains, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would be nice. But if the index of value equals -1, that means it's not in the array. So if that's true, then we're going to call do lightning strike on our other sprite. We're going to pass in damage -1, or maybe like -2. And we're going to pass in our struck. And all right, there we go. So we've got our basic lightning strike code now. Let's go ahead and actually code it, like actually make it, happen. So first things first, we need to make a tower, and I'll just use some placeholder art for now, and just whenever you get a chance, Joey.
Let's see, checking the. I think this one works. 9/12.
Okay. Let's see what we got.
Might change the orange to a yellow, but I think it kind of fits.
Okay. All right, so we'll make this 9. Whoops.
Did you do yours Lucas style also, Joey?
I took it from the chat from his previous.
Yeah, we have a backlog of Lucas submissions.
Oh, I see. I see.
See, so my thought here is that the brown means that he's grounded, and the orange in the ear can be yellow, or I guess orange is also lightning-y, whichever works.
Is that calico?
So good.
I love Lucas's cats. Static cat.
Gideon had an idea for a type of tower, which is something that makes your people have a buff, and then you can click on it to use the buff, but then it takes damage when you use it.
Oh, that's really cool. I don't know if we'll have time to get to that today because that's a lot of new mechanics we would have to add. But that would be a really cool thing to add to this game afterwards, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've created our static cat. And what we want to do now is we want to add some code to trigger this lightning. So we're going to go into here and let's just put down a static cat so we can make sure that's working. Nice. All right. So we're going to have our static cat start doing a lightning strike on bees around it. And to do that, we're going to be using an on-game update interval. So let's go ahead and just copy the one we have for our archer. Okay. So we're going to make this a slower to attack one. We'll make this like every 2 seconds. And let's go ahead and make this static cat. I believe I didn't capitalize the C because I hate consistency. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this code just like we did before. But before we were creating a projectile, so we're going to get rid of that. And instead, we're just going to do a lightning strike on our target. So let's break down this code real quick. We have get random value from all sprites of enemy that are within this archer rad. Yes. And from our tower sprite. And if we have a target, then we call do a lightning strike on them. And we're going to pass in an empty array right there. And now let's go ahead. We're going to give this a value for damage. And let's see, it's going to cut out by -2 each time, right? Yeah. So let's make it so that it is like 6. I don't know. So that'll make it so it chains 3 times, and that's going to be super powerful, but it'll be fun. We'll tweak all the numbers later. One other thing I'm going to do right quick is I'm going to put all of this inside an if damage does not is greater than or equal to 0. Sorry, is greater than 0. So that this ends at some point. Okay, so this should just work. We're not going to see any like art for it, but we should see our enemies get destroyed. So let's put our static cat down here, and let's see. I forgot to change the health and destroy them.
Ooh.
Is that a quarter?
It feels like a quarter. All right.
I think
well,
the real answer.
I was getting grief from Joey earlier about tapioca, so we can go ahead and
I already did it. I knew you were leaning that way.
Okay. Real quick, I'm going to take my damage code and I'm going to put it inside of a function. So we got this damage B. Okay, go ahead and put this right here. Put all this in here. We should probably put in a damage. Now we're going to go ahead and put in sprite, and change our health by negative damage. Okay, and let's make sure we call this function because I am not in need of quarters, people.
Richard, you owe over $10 in quarters.
Hey, all right, I stream a lot, all right?
That's true. That's true.
Also, like half of them came from the same day.
Right,
We
yeah.
That's
flew
true.
too close to the sun.
We still need to do a bonus quarter day for Vivian because it's not. She gave me a lot of grief for that.
What's the name of the guy with wax wings? Flies too close to the sun.
Icarus.
That is Icarus. Okay. Yeah.
All right. We should be able to see our damage happen. Oh, whoops! I grabbed an archer. We'll put our cat down here so it can annihilate everybody. Do it. Do it. Wasn't working.
Because cats only do what cats want to do, Richard.
It's really true. You can't control them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so not 100% sure that's what it was, but
They definitely were different.
I did capitalize the C.
Yeah. Go.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is way too powerful. It just annihilates everything. But yeah, all right. We'll just leave it like this for now. We're gonna go into our code now, and we want to do a few things. Mainly, it would be cool if we could actually see something happening. I think.
Mhm.
You know. And so I think what I'm going to should I do?
Ooh, can we draw a circle on top of the sprite based off of the damage? So like do 2 times the damage and radius or something?
I want to draw lightning bolts going between them.
Yeah, and I meant like we can draw a line between the circles that we draw too. Does that make sense? Because then you can see which one originated, and you can watch as it peters out.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to draw too many circles. We're drawing a lot of circles, but let's start with the lightning bolts, and we can draw the circles also if we want to see if the radius needs more visualizing. Okay, so we're going to inside of here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to make an array, and we're going to do this array over here. I'm going to set this to be an empty array. And then what we're going to do is every time we do a lightning strike, we're going to add value at end to here, which is going to be an array of 2 things, which is going to be our source and our value. What are you angry about? Yeah, you're well typed. Come on. Okay, so we're adding an array of our source and our value, and what we're going to do now is inside of our render code we have. Where is it? There it is. So right now we're drawing these circles around all of our things. We're going to add another thing here, which is we're going to loop over all of the values inside of this array we just made, which is helpfully named list. And we're going to go into images and we're going to draw a line. And let's see. From the X of, let's see, we need to do like get value at 0, right? It's gonna be a long block. Just be prepared for that. And make this the screen. Okay. The other thing we're going to do is we need to make it so that we periodically clear this list, because otherwise it's just going to keep getting added to forever. And so we're going to, oh, we're getting that bug again. Refresh. Fun update on that bug. We know what's causing it now. We just need to figure out how to fix it. Okay. We want to make sure we clear this periodically. So I'm going to do a game on game update every 500 milliseconds is probably fine. And I'm just going to do this set list to empty array. That should be fine. Go put our very innocuous looking destroyer cat down here. How he lures you in. His adorableness. Oh, why isn't it spreading? I guess we need to make the radius longer. Gosh, there's only some way we can visualize this radius. Sounds impossible.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
All right, what was I doing? Or I made a joke about Joey was right.
Increasing
Drawing a
the
circle?
yeah.
Oh, I need to increase the radius. So right now we're doing it within 16 pixels. Let's just up to 24. Why not? And now we're going to draw a radius so we can visualize it also. We're not going to do it based off the remaining damage though, because that'll just be a bit too complicated, I think. So instead we will just do a draw a circle. And we're going to do it from the first one. So we'll go ahead and put the value X, value Y, and we're going to make the radius 24, and we're going to make it orange. Okay. Let's put down our Zapcat. Zapcat. Okay. Did you see that for a second?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, all right. So that's working. It's being cleared a bit too fast, so we should maybe come up with a better solution for clearing this thing. And I am gonna get rid of the circles. Sorry, Joey. They were useful though. Okay, so let's go ahead and when we do this thing, when we call do a lightning strike, what we're going to do is inside of our on-game update where we're triggering this, so inside of this 2000, we're going to just do the timer extension. We're going to do after 1000, set this to empty. We don't want to do this inside the loop. We just want to do it here. So that'll make sure it always happens in the right amount of time. Gimme. There we go. Yeah, that kind of works. It looks okay. We can make it look better though. And the way we're going to do that is with a little bit of random. All right, so basically we're going to add somewhere between -1 and 1 to all of these coordinates that we're getting. This will make it so it shifts a little bit, and because it's going to be happening every frame, it's going to be kind of static-y. Should be cool. We'll only do it for the source though. We'll leave it for the other one.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
It's still so powerful.
It's way too strong because our enemies only have 2 health, if you remember.
I mean, yeah, we can just scale up the archer damage and the cap and the B health.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead. We're going to make it so that we one. I think it would be fun to add another type of enemy. Should be quick to do. So Shannon, would you be interested in making a more evil-looking enemy?
Is this the wasp based off of whose suggestion? Unsigned Arduino?
Yeah.
Yes. Cool.
Let's see. What was it? It should have more health and it should move faster. Was that it?
It takes more hits and is faster. Yep.
All right. So to make that happen, we have to do 2 things. Right now, we're just storing our enemy speed like this. So I think what we're going to do instead is we're going to store our enemy type in here. But before we do that, let's start with actually spawning more than one kind of enemy. So to do that, we're going to do a Darrell real quick. And we're going to grab our code where we are spawning our enemies, which is in one of these on-game updates. Not that one. This one. We're also going to grab our start swarm. Okay. And what we're going to do here is we're actually going to duplicate both of these. And we're going to make this a new variable called elite left to spawn. Elite left to destroy. And elite total. Okay. And so what we're going to do here is when we are doing this, we're going to do, let's see, an OR. Okay. And what we're going to do is inside of here, we're going to say if, oh, sorry, actually, you know, let's do this as an else if, right? So we can just make it so the elites always come at the end. I think that's fine. So else if the elite left to spawn is greater than 0, then we're going to change our elite left to spawn by -1. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay. Elite speed. And we're gonna scale up this health now. So our game's about to get a lot harder. We're gonna do 20. We're just gonna multiply by 10. And the elites are gonna have 40.
I put some art in chat for you also. Wow.
We're gonna scale up the damage we do. So.
Oh, okay.
I think bigger numbers are better, so maybe we should do 40,000.
I will. Oh, that's very good. That looks evil. I do agree that bigger numbers are better, so I am going to multiply by 10. So my reasoning is more that if you have higher numbers, we can be more granular with what we do with the damage as, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead now. We're going to go into our wall hitting code right here. And we need to make sure we mark these guys as elite. So we're going to go into sprites and grab our sprite data. And we're going to do new enemy. Elite to be true. Okay. And now we're going to make a variable, which is going to be, let's see, let's make this be not elite. Commoner speed.
It's exciting to make games you're not planning on revisiting, huh?
What? Yeah.
So it's exciting to make games you're not planning on revisiting.
Does that make are wasps the nobles of bees?
They're the destroyers of bees.
Ah.
So in a way. Okay, so what we're basically going to do here is we're going to use this enemy speed variable that we're already using, but we're going to set our enemy speed to be either the commoner speed or the elite speed. Okay. So let's do that right here. We're going to, and this is just because I don't want to refactor my code. Grab our commoner speed. Then here we're going to put in our elite speed. A, B, C, D, E. There we go. Okay. Now that we did that, let's go ahead and also do our images. So we want to get rid of this, put this right here, go up here and duplicate this a few times. Whoops. And I hope you liked watching me rotate a bunch of images earlier.
Yeah.
Joey did.
That's the content people come to us for.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. Actually, when we started this stream, I was like, can we just make it all of that? And they talked me down. They talked me down.
When we started the stream, did we even have rotate?
No, we
That's
didn't.
why we talked him down. Now we can revisit this.
It was just
Make
a lot
new
of Richard
decisions.
manually moving pixel by pixel around the...
That did happen quite a bit, actually.
I was like, this is what the people want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to go now over to our elite image. Pull this out. We're going to put this up here. And we're going to, let's see, which direction does this be? Right. So rotate that way, of course. I get it wrong every time.
It's important to get the rotates in. You get more this way.
Yeah, that's true. The content people want. Telling yourself, Richard. Okay, did I do all of them? I feel like I missed one. Here. Okay, I think that's all of them. All right, cool. Okay. So we got two more things we got to do. We got to go over to our sprite destroyed. So right here. And we're going to, when this happens, go ahead and do if elite. Put this, whoops, back in there. Then we're going to do change the elite total left to destroy by -1. Otherwise, we'll do the other one. And then we're going to do another and. And put in our elite variables here. And we are going to change our number of elites by 1, 2, by 2. All right. I think we successfully, wait, I said there were 2 more things we have to do. The other thing we have to do is inside of our on start, we were setting our enemy speed in here. You change this to be our commoner speed. And we need to make our elites faster. So we'll make them 35. All right, and then finally, let's go and change the amount of damage we do. So we upped it to be like 200 and 400 for their health. So dealing 1 damage is not going to cut it. Let's go to our projectile overlap code.
Do you have a damage B function? Oh no, you're passing the damage in. Yes.
Yeah.
Down? Or no, sorry, wait. Up. Yeah, this one? The farm.
There it is. Cool, so in here, we want to call our damage B with something much larger. So let's see, we have 200 and 400 for the health. We were destroying them in 2 hits before, and that felt pretty good. So let's just keep this as we had it before. We're going to change this to be 100 damage. Now we're going to go into our lightning strike. We're going to make this, change this -2 to be a divided by 2. And we're going to go and do our lightning strike code, which is one of these 2. This one. And we'll pass in, let's see, 100. All right.
You probably want to do less than 1 instead of equal 0 then.
Maybe.
Something to that effect.
Okay, we broke our code.
Where's elite total being set?
I don't set it up here. I change it by 2. So you don't get elites in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Curiouser and curiouser. What's going on?
Is it?
Did I mess
What
up
was
my
the
on
range?
countdown?
On the lightning guy?
24?
Okay.
Shouldn't have been able to destroy them anyway. Yeah, we won't put down any towers.
No. Okay.
We got no one. We must have messed up the enemy stuff. Oh, yeah, that's what we did.
Did we not set elite speed until after the first round or something?
We were using enemy speed, which I changed what that variable means basically.
Okay.
Zap, zap,
Uh-oh.
zap. All right, one got through. Not so bad. We did not make enough money to buy another tower though, so.
I guess the arrow is probably worse than just doing electric, right? Because the arrow will randomly cause one in the center to be killed off, where the electric would more likely to chain more.
It's true. I want to see an elite. Look at him go. Look at the elites. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, we made this game a little bit too hard. But we're out of time. I think we finished this game, though. We got everything in there that we wanted. And it's a complete tower defense game. There's a goo tile that doesn't do anything, but yeah, whatever. So anyway, I've been Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Joe at JWondrel on the MakeCode forum.
And I'm Shannon, Extra Cow on the MakeCode forum.
And our pixel artist today was, well, Shannon, and also Lucas.
Lucas is in chat. Showed up just now.
Yay. There we go. I think just building one more lightning cat might be enough to get me through this. No, you're right. No, it's not gonna.
I think you need to take more advantage of this loop at the end. Like, if you...
Oh, you mean like down here?
Yeah.
Are you questioning my strategy?
They want the share link of the game also, if you could drop that into.
Yeah, let me go ahead and well, I don't have Twitch chat up, but I'll drop that into the thing so you can drop it. All right. See you tomorrow.